Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well, and thank you so much for all of the love on my Halloween series so far. If you were with me on Saturday, in the last video, I used the Apothecary perfume bottle mold from Stamperia that I found on Amazon. My absolute favorite Amazon purchase for Halloween 2025. We made all of these bottles. Now, some of them we went dark, grungy, moody with the grays, with the silvers and the golds. The others we made a little bit brighter using lots of colors and chameleon powders. Now, in today's video, we're going to be making a wall hanging or piece of wall art using those bottles, and I'm going to be using this mold. Now, any tray mold will do. Any mold will do. I know that molds and shapes molds are not in everyone's budget, so whatever tray mold you have would absolutely work with this. Now, here's a few selections from the molds and shapes trays. I mean, they've got literally tons, but for something long, if you want like an elongated tray, then these are perfect. This one here, you could literally fit like 10 bottles in a row. There's a song in there somewhere. But yeah, this one here has my heart. I do really love the druzy edges right now, and I think it's just going to lend itself to the theme. Now, years ago, I bought this from Poundland. It's been in my home decor stash, you know, my Halloween home decor stash. And I've honestly never used it. Like, I just dragged it out. I thought that would be absolutely perfect. It's going to give me like a really dark, grungy background to my piece. Now, this cloth does have skulls and spiders on it, but I really didn't want any of that. Like, it looks very cool against the silicone mold, but I didn't want any of that. I literally just wanted a web section. So all I did here was cut out a web section, which you will see later on in the video. Now, next up is the rim of the tray. You can either go just one color. If your tray does not have a rim, you don't have to worry about this section. But if your tray that you're using does have a rim, then of course, whatever color scheme you've gone with, just follow it through, follow all of the colors through and pull out all of the colors so it all integrates and ties in together. I'm going to be using some of the Let's Resin intense chameleon powders, and I'm also going to be using the Resin Pro purple powder. Now, I am such a comfort zone girly. If you've been watching me for years, some of you have been with me years, you will almost recognize now a Claire's Crafty Corner Halloween piece. It's almost like, oh, Claire must have done that because that's absolutely her colour. Like, she sticks to the same thing all the time. And I was so tempted to make the rim of this tray one colour because that is my comfort zone. But I didn't push too hard, guys, to be honest. It wasn't that hard, but I did come out of my comfort zone a little bit to give me a rainbow-esque effect on the rim of this tray. And for that, I'm using dark blue intense chameleon from Let's Resin. I'm using this one here, which is the gold intense green from Let's Resin, and the Resin Pro purple. So a combination of the three. They're all a little bit murky, a little bit moody, very grungy, and I was hoping that on demold I would get a gorgeous rainbow-esque edge. Now, did I use too much powder? Absolutely. You can see it flying away. Way too much powder. Don't be like me. Just go slowly, go easy, and use less powder. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Sorry that I used so much powder. So yeah, brushed it all in, smudged it all around, blended all three of those powders together. Now, the purple is not a chameleon, it's just a mica. So again, just used a big fat fluffy brush to blend it all out. Now, for the rim alone, I'm going to be using the Polycraft polyurethane in black. You could, of course, use epoxy resin with black pigment. I am only doing this for speed, guys. All this does for me is allows me to continue working within 30 minutes and not have to worry about the black edge. Otherwise, if I use epoxy, I've got to walk away. I can't film again for at least several hours until that edge is solid and I don't have to worry about movement. But obviously, yeah, for me, the black polyurethane is the easiest. Now, this is measurable 1:1 by weight, and I actually bought this from MB Fiberglass online. I will leave the link below. Not sponsored, purchased of course with the support of my patrons. Thank you so much to you guys as well. So this is only going in the rim of the tray, and I already knew at this point I'd made too much because staying within my comfort zone is to just make too much of what I need and then like be able to pour it into a separate mould. The way I see it, right, guys? No, I'm kidding. I'm not justifying it. Can't be bothered to measure, mix and all of that. But anyway, I made too much. So I've just poured it in and around the rim of the tray. And of course, I've got other moulds to hand. They're just off to my right-hand side. All of my Halloween moulds are out right now. So I just literally grab another Halloween mould to use up the rest of that polyurethane. And again, they're just going to go into my stash of stuff. Now, that is pretty much cured up at this point. It's been about 30 minutes. So I'm now going to mix up some epoxy resin. I'm going to be using the Apex epoxy resin in today's video. Guys, I have so many codes down below. If you are new here, please check out my description box. It is like, you might as well grab a popcorn, grab a drink, put your feet up and explore my description box at this point. It is ridiculous. The amount of things, the amount of codes that are down there for you guys. And don't forget, I also have my own books that I published through Amazon. If you place any orders, like if you're a small business and you take orders from people, I've got order books in there as well. Blank order books with all of your forms that you need. There's so much going on in my description box. I highly recommend you check it out. Apex resin is one of those with a discount code for you guys. So again, check it all out. You need some time for my description box. It's ridiculous. I need to try and tidy it up a little bit because it's getting out of control at this point. Okay, back to the video. We have used the Let's Resin bubble removing machine because I wanted this resin to be as crystal clear as possible. Even though I'm still using the heat gun, I just wanted maximum bubbles out of this. I didn't want any potential bubbles getting caught. So I used the bubble removing machine and I'm using the Let's Resin heat gun just to give it maximum clarity. So now is that mesh going down. I did cut out a section of just the spider web. It doesn't scream spider web at this point, but for me, I just wanted this almost. I wasn't really aiming for boudoir. I wasn't aiming for after dark resin, but it kind of went down that route because this just gives lace, it gives lace tights, it gives all of the things. And of course, coupled with the bottles, it's definitely giving a little bit boudoir. But that was not my intention. And that's only because I chose a piece of the fabric that doesn't really look that spider webby, but hey, it's all good. It's all good. We are backing this with purple. I'm using the Resin Pro Purple Mica Powder. You can buy this individually in a bottle from Amazon, and that's exactly what I did a couple of weeks ago before I started filming for Halloween. And that is what the background is going to be. So again, just filling this up now to the very top. We are done. There's no more happening to the back of this tray. And yeah, we just sit, we wait 24 hours. We don't sit and wait 24 hours. We go, we have tea. We come back 24 hours later. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself in the voiceover. I didn't make up enough resin. Can you guys believe it? I didn't make enough. So a little bit extra going in just to fill it up, and yay, made just enough to cover the tray. So now we go away, we wait 24 hours. You only have to wait 10 seconds. 24 hours later, and this is what we are looking like. If this does not look like fishnet tights, I do not know what does. It was not my intention. I really can see the spider web though now. Like, I really can. I keep telling myself it's definitely a spider web. It's definitely a spider web. The rim is stunning. It is stunning. All of those colours combined, the gold, the purple, the blue, they have definitely come out exactly as I wanted them to. Beautiful. The question at this point was, which bottles are we using? Are we going with dark, witchy and moody, or are we going colourful and witchy? And the choice was hard. Now, this was me. Basically, I grabbed all of the darker ones, you know, the black, the silver, the gold. I grabbed all of those and I laid them down on the tray. And this decision, I am not even kidding, took me about 15 minutes. I was back and forth, like taking these off, putting the colourful ones back on, putting these back on. And then I thought, well, I can't have 6. You can't have 6 bottles on there anyway, right? So that tall one, that kind of like skinny tall one that I didn't really like anyway in the last video, that's getting ejected, right? So we have to have 5 because that's the perfect number. So then I swapped it for the colourful ones and put them on in a completely different random order and just had a play. And then I took them off again, and I'm not even kidding. 15 minutes back and forth. This was one of the hardest decisions to make. But I knew in my heart what grabbed my heart quicker. You know, what grabbed me quicker was definitely not these. These are the chameleon powdered ones. Again, they're stunning in their own way, but for me, they were too much with the tray. Too much. It was overpowering. So I was, again, going back and forth, looking. And then this one, I thought, yes. I mean, I know I said in the last video, I think, or the video before, that this is my kind of Halloween. The dark, the moody, the macabre. What do you think? Colour? Macabre, moody, gothic. Ooh. Yeah, had to be, didn't it? Had to be. This was my decision, of course. This is why I need you guys in the room with me. For me to justify it, I felt like the colourful ones were too much. It was overbearing because the edge is already mega colourful. Whereas the dark, black, silver and gold ones worked really well with the fishnet tights. And it just, to me, it just looked better. I think with the colourful ones, it's almost like your eyes didn't know where to go because it was all a bit too much. Whereas the dark ones made it stunning yet subtle, if that makes any kind of sense. Let me know what you would have done in the comment section down below. But here we are, top coat time. Just using my Let's Resin heat gun to spread that resin around. I am going to be laying these bottles down in the tray to create the wall art piece. But first, I want to make sure there's not a single bubble in sight. Then it was time to lay them down. And this is another thing that took me quite a while. Well, as in, once I'd laid them down, I just had a play. I was like, right, do I want them bang in the center? Do I want the bottoms of the bottles to all be in a line, like they're on the same shelf? Or do I want the middle bottle in the middle, the next 2 bottles kind of like in the middle of the tray, so they're floating halfway up this bottle? Honestly, guys, I know it sounds ridiculous, but it was all about the placement for me. And what do I find is the most visually visually appealing placement of everything. Now, at this point, it's unintentionally giving me Moulin Rouge vibes. It was not my aim. It was not the aim of the assignment. I didn't wake up and be like, ooh, voulez-vous coucher avec moi? It was not, but it was giving me Moulin Rouge. It must be the perfume bottles aren't as apothecary as I was expecting them to be. But here we are. I carried on until I was visually happy. I've sped this bit up because, trust me, again, I took my time. Pulling them back down, moving them out, bringing them closer together, moving them back out, moving them up, moving them down. I just didn't know what to do. And this is when I was like, do you know what, Claire? That's fine. Equally spaced-ish at the bottom, so they're all on the same level at the bottom-ish. And yeah, I just think I was happiest with the placement of this. Now, my intention at this point really was to add some Cricut vinyl across the top. I went straight to my patrons, which I often do. I don't often know what the end goal is. And I said, like, do I add vinyl? Should I go down the boudoir Moulin Rouge route? Should it say, like, Madame Apothecary? Should it say Midnight Apothecary? You know, what could we do here? And the majority of them said, leave it, walk away. it is fine on its own. A few did say, yes, go for it, add vinyl, but I usually do go with the majority vote, so I did not add vinyl. Again, let me know what you would do here. Would you add vinyl? Maybe in silver or gold? And what would it say? Would it lend itself down the boudoir route? Because we are definitely feeling a little bit Moulin up in here. I should say Moulin Rouge, not Mulan. It's in Disney Princess. Okay, I'm getting delirious. Moving on. I'm using my drill. We are drilling some holes now because this is going to be wall art. I used my go-to jewellery drill just to drill a starter hole. I couldn't see the hole. I couldn't find the hole. Like, did I even drill a hole at this point? Can you see the hole? I couldn't see the hole. So the problem was I'd used the drill to drill a hole and then I'd cleaned it all up before I went to screw the eyelet in. Now, this time around, I decided I'm going to drill a fresh hole and I am not going to clean up that debris at all until I know for sure that's where the hole is. Because the edge of this mould is so beautiful, so detailed, I was like, no, I've lost the hole already. So, yeah, just little things to bear in mind if you're going to turn one of these druzy edge moulds into wall art. It's quite tricky to see the holes. Anyway, we found it. We got there in the end, drilled a new hole, and I'm just screwing in the eyelets. Now, again, I don't film both of these holes being drilled, but you get the gist. I just drilled 2 holes. I screwed in 2 of the screw eyelets, hopefully equally spaced out, and then I used some faux purple leather rope to tie it all together, and this is what is going to hang wherever you're gonna hang it. Honestly, I kind of like this for a bathroom. I'm not even kidding. It was only like when I was threading this through, I thought this would actually work for a bathroom, wouldn't it? Like if you had a bit of a moody bathroom, it would so work in a, like, I guess a late Victorian-esque bathroom. I think it really would. Anyway, this is what it's looking like. I brought it out into the garden up against my beautiful dying green hedge. And I love it. I absolutely love it. It did not turn out like I expected it to. I think I added way too much colour for it to be dark, moody, macabre, apothecary. I think I've definitely I've dragged it down the perfume bottle route without even realising I was doing it. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. I hope you feel inspired, and I cannot wait to share with you what else I did with this mould. You guys are gonna absolutely love it. I will see you in the next video. Bye.